Good morning. Today is 3 July, 42nd day on trail. I'm at the James Creek footbridge waiting on a hiker named Stealth. Due to a bunch of scheduling conflicts or a bunch of other rides that the hostel owner had to do. His name was Charlie. He let me drive the car down here to the footbridge while he took 5 other people up to other locations. Someone had a plane they had to catch, so Stealth was supposed to be here at 08. It is now 8:30. There's no cell signal here, so I'm a little weary about just leaving the keys on the car since I've got no way to let her know that's the car. I don't know if Charlie got a hold of her. I know he got a hold of one of her friends, but so we're gonna get an extra late start to the day. So I just figured I'd start the video while I'm here and waiting on Stealth to show up so I can hand over the car to her. But I stayed at Stanimal's 328 Hostel. And yeah, it was an awesome place. I got like 4 videos uploaded. That means I still have several more to get uploaded. So we'll see when I can get that to happen. Goal for today, it depends. The day starts out with a 4.9 mile uphill, 2,241 feet with a 10.6 degree incline. Again, I'm assuming that's an average. I don't see the mountain around here that I'll be climbing. It may be over there somewhere. But yeah, there's a punch bowl shelter about 10 miles down. So we'll see how the day goes and when I actually get started. So that would be a short day, not my preference. After this first hill, it's looks like a fairly level day. A few smaller uphills, but nothing other than this first one. It didn't look like anything too bad. So the second one is a brown Manfield Creek shelter, I believe was the name of it. So that's right at 20 miles. So that's what I think I'm going to push for. That'll be a kind of a long day, getting such a late start, but we'll see. Like I said, if the elevation changes aren't too bad after this first hill, it should be a good day. So that's where we're at. Weather looks good. It's gonna be in the high 90s. I was told this part of the trail is dry, so we'll just make sure we hydrate and fill up whenever we do get to a water source. So that's all I've got. Like I said, I'll once Stealth shows up, I will get started. Hopefully she gets here soon. She was only like 2 miles away. She's at a shelter. I passed her yesterday. She's the young lady that was in the shelter at 1515, already in her sleeping bag, so I'm not quite sure where she's at. Okay, I'll catch you guys down trail somewhere. Out. Okay, so it's basically 9 o'clock, 8:58. Apparently Stealth was up the road a little bit, being stealthy. She didn't say what time she got there, so I don't know if I've just wasted an hour of my morning or what. I don't know why she wouldn't have been in the freaking parking lot. Said she was out in a little bunch of trees to the side of the parking lot. So a little irritated with that, but oh well. In honor of Jim and Ware Parks, Columbia, South Carolina, celebrating life and support and enjoyment of the America's National Parks, given by their friends, 1999. In memory of Michael Ray Norton, Pancake Mike, thru-hiker 89, a free spirit who made the world a better place. So yeah, first bridge of the day. So it's already hot as heck. And I did say it was supposed to be in the high 90s in the intro video, but it's actually the low 90s, so high 80s. 92, I think, was the high of the day listed. So, and it looks like the uphill has already begun. So we'll see you guys down trail somewhere. Out. Less than 15 minutes on trail and we're crossing our second bridge already. I don't know if it's because that lake, we may end up with a bunch of different streams we're gonna cross. Yeah. Feeding into that lake. Like I said, I saw several smaller ones coming in yesterday, but so far this is what it's been like, a bunch of little series of steps going up. So yep, it's gonna be fun doing this for the next 5 miles. At least it's spread across 5 miles. So yeah. We're gonna be along this stream. I always have to wonder, people say it's gonna be dry and then I end up walking next to a stream. But I guess I'll have to take his word for it. I'm running a hostel here. At some point we'll venture away from the streams and then it'll go dry on us. All right. Just thought I would capture some more of the stream. Like I said, at some point it's supposed to dry up, so it's always nice. At least the bugs are light so far this morning, which is odd. Normally they're thick walking next to water. Yeah. Nice little stream. I guess this is what part of 10.6 degree grade looks like. Like I said, it's so far it's been a bunch of little series of these. Then it'll just go to an incline, and then we'll get steps, incline steps. Some of the steps are actually rocks. Some are logs. Would you look at that again? This has got to be, yep, Gumby and Pokey. Wow, these two are just amazing. We'll take a look. I may get something to drink, but it's been, haven't been on trail too long. So I don't know. We'll go ahead and take an almond butter biscuit. And it's supposed to be dry. We'll go ahead and take a tropical mango again. These two are just absolutely wonderful people. Trail magic. That's 4 days in a row now. So that's gonna be the first peak joke. This is gonna be another one of those, you come up, you keep doing crossbacks, you think you're almost to the top, and then you hit another crossback up there somewhere, and then boom, there's a whole nother peak just staring at you and laughing because you thought you were at the top. Yep. Joke's not on me anymore. I have learned the secret of the trail. So, yep, we know what's coming. I grabbed the camera out to get a little footage of a squirrel, and figured I'd go ahead and get a little more glimpse of what I'm enjoying this morning. So here's a little more of the trail, switchback. So again, I think that's just another little surprise joke peak up there. It's like once we get up there, we'll hit another switchback and find yet another peak. We are 3.27 miles into the hike today. So yeah, so we still got quite a ways to go before we get up this hill. It's been a joy. There's a view of the James River. I think we're almost to the top of the climb for this morning. This is what I'm going over now. Yeah, it's an awesome view though. So, there we go. All right. That's kind of entertaining after this climb. But we still have 1.2 miles to go before we get to the top. So I'm gonna keep pushing on, and we'll see you guys at the top, or somewhere in between here and there if something of interest shows up. Like I said, we're still, I just jumped back on. We're not even to the top where there's supposed to be a lookout or an overlook. Someone had a good idea to camp out here, or at least have a fire. But so hopefully the view up at the lookout's just as good or better. I guess it's gonna be about the same though, huh? It's should be of the same mountains and river. So the odds are that, you can see it, that is where we're headed, is my guess. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Can I hear not fall off? But that is probably where this ascent ends. Right up there. This is a portion of the very last bit. We're at 0.3 miles from the lookout or overlook, but that's actually, it's past the top and down a little section. But this climb, I think, has been the most brutal yet. But this time that is the true peak, at least according to gut hooks. I have slowed down, I guess slow as 1.2 mile an hour coming up here. On this ascent, I've actually had to stop, take a few breaks, which I normally don't do. I normally just push through. So this thing has just absolutely kicked my ass this morning. Yeah, that's about all I can say about it. So we're gonna finish this. I'll jump on when we get up to the lookout or overlook or whatever. So we'll see you here in a few minutes. This is coming into Salt Log Gap. Yeah, it just opened up. Like, looks awesome. There's a day hiker out here. I thought he was just coming up here and turning around, but he may actually be going up to the, I think there's a Salt Lick shelter or something up here. Salt Log, not Salt Lick. Salt Log Gap. So these little 911 signs are entertaining. I'm not sure. Salt Log Gap Trail, Hercules Road. I haven't looked, but I guess we are on top of a hellacious mountain, so hellacious for these parts of the world, I guess. So maybe that means I'll have cell service tonight, but my luck, we'll get to my 20 miles for the day and we'll be in a dead spot. Well, we just got to the top of the second major climb. Hopefully that's the last one today. It's like another 1,000 foot over a mile, I think. Let's see what this is. This is the exact spot. Little Audie Klein Powell's body was found April 5th, 1891, after straying from Tower Hill Schoolhouse November 9th, a distance of 4 miles, age 4 years, 11 months. No idea. What's this? There used to be a building up here of sorts. Someone had a fire. Wow, I'm wiped. Get some downhill on. Oh yeah, green tunnel. This is a welcome change to the exposed trail I've had most of the day, especially given that it's in the high 80s, low 90s. It's extremely hot. I think I've already sweat out like 2 gallons of water. And there's been, at the start there were some streams, but the actual next real water source is 5 miles away. There is a shelter, but it's like a 1/4 mile off trail, which says it has a spring, but I don't think, unless I'm dying when I get there, I'm not gonna go off trail, so I'll just continue on to the 5 miles from where I'm at now and resupply with the water. I've actually been drinking out of my bottles, which means that in the past I normally reserve for emergency, but since it's such a dry section of the trail, that's basically what it's for, right? Hydrate when you need it. So I'm gonna try to enjoy some downhill here if it's not too rocky. As you see, it appears to be covered with ankle twisters, as I call them. But we'll see you down trail as things of interest come up. So I just passed the turnoff for Punch Bowl Shelter. That's where there was a water source, but I'm gonna go. There's according to Goat Hooks, 3.3 miles down trail. There's another water source. So I'm not gonna go a quarter mile off trail this time. Hopefully I don't regret it. Less than a week ago, someone said this next water source was flowing, so hopefully it's still flowing. And then that was also the first shelter I was looking at, stopping that for the day, but it's only 1,400 and only 10 miles, so definitely I can't justify stopping there. So 9.5 miles until I get to the Brown Creek, I think it was Brown Creek Shelter, which was the second option. So that'll put me right at 20 miles, 19.5. So that's most likely what I'll do. I didn't look to see if they've got a bear box or cables. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel when I get there, but it's 1,400 now. So 15, 16, 17, 18. So yeah, I'm estimating 1,800, somewhere between 1,800 and 1,900, depending on elevation and terrain. Even if it's mostly downhill, depending if it's full of these ankle twisters, that can be just as brutal or slower than some steep uphills. So most likely that's where I'll stay unless something happens. There's campsites in between here, and I think there's some campsites shortly past that one as well, but my guess is I'll just stop there at the shelter. So we'll see you down trail. Out. Poor deer is kind of clueless. He thinks there might be something following him. Look at it. He finally figured it out since I'm still moving. I'm having a hard time walking and keeping him. And I gotta zoom out. I'm just having a hard time keeping him in frame. This is the first time deer hasn't absolutely just completely run away just from hearing me, let alone let me actually follow him this long. Oh, there he goes. Of course, he's not going into the woods. Oh well, okay. I've been going downhill for a while. I guess it makes sense. I'm headed towards a town, and then I just took a look. Since we're headed towards a town, I've got a crazy idea that I may try to push onto the town. I don't know. We'll take a look. I think it was another 2 miles to the highway. It doesn't look like there's any hostels. A couple of hotels, but there's a couple of comments about shuttle drivers. So we'll see what time I get there, or at least to the shelter. I just, being the 4th of July weekend, I don't even know if there'd be any availabilities in the hotel, let alone if the outfitter that's supposedly in the town is open. I'm just trying to think if it would be worth it to go in and try to get the rest of these videos uploaded. But we'll see. That's all going to depend on what time I get to the shelter. And like I said, I think it was less than 2 miles from the shelter on, but I'll evaluate that when I get to the shelter. And then if I've got a signal, or if I've got a signal between here and the shelter, I may try to call the hotel and text the shuttle driver to see if either or both are available. We'll see. I almost feel like I don't want to, because it's like, it's almost like where I did the hostel jumping 4 days in a row, 4 nights in a row, with the same intent. But I mean, here we are, like I mentioned earlier, or maybe it was during the Facebook Live, the longer and longer I go without getting these uploaded and published, the further behind I get. Since I make a new video every day, I think I got 4 uploaded last night. I think I have 5, well, half of another one uploaded, then 4 more. And then today would be a 5th video that needs to get uploaded. And I think I need to go and at least re-render yesterday's video. I think I forgot to adjust the volume levels between the 3 levels of audio. So I'll take a look at that at some point. But the biggest issue is when I'm uploading these videos, my phone has to actually stay, the YouTube app actually has to stay open. Or at least so it seems. If I'm doing anything else, even with the app open in the background, it's almost like all the uploads pause. The YouTube Studio app, I can't seem to see how to upload videos on that. Although I can go in there and modify them once they're uploaded. And then same thing with YouTube Studio web page. But I believe the web page is going away here soon. But oh well, that's not really AT related. So yeah, so that's my thoughts for now. And like I said, we're going downhill. Nice open forest. The gentleman I talked to earlier, a couple of day hikers, well, it was an older lady and gentleman, husband and wife, said they hike a portion of the trail every day. Said area here near Brown Mountain Creek was nice and cool with a high canopy. So, and that seems to be what we've got. So it is keeping me a little cooler. But there's still absolutely zero breeze around here. Okay, we'll see you down track. Just did a road crossing. We got one heck of a bridge up here. Well, they definitely don't want that thing to go anywhere, huh? Fucking 1/2-inch chains holding this thing up. I'm down here fishing. Woo! Oh, this thing bounces. That's why all the chains. People down there fly fishing. Interesting enough, I don't know if I captured the girl, but she's in her bathing suit. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. You know, you got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. So I don't know how much of a clearer view we'll get, but apparently this is Lynchburg Reservoir. I have no idea if that's in reference to the Lynchburg lemonade or what. Figured I'd try to get a little bit of footage of it. Looks like we're gonna be walking along it for a little while, so I'm assuming we will possibly get some more footage of it. But we'll see. Like, holy hell, what happened here? It's like half the freaking forest is falling over right on trail. Okay. No problem. We can do this right. Maybe easier if I was using two hands, right? But, oh. A ledge. Big ass tree. That one probably hit that tree. Oh well. Just another quote-unquote blowover. Well, I just read some reviews on gut hooks. I gotta stop trying to multitask while walking. I'm gonna fucking break my ankle or my toe one of these days, trying to fucking do stuff on my cell phone and walk at the same time. But yeah, it looks like I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with my original plan and stay at the shelter. Yeah, I'll get crap uploaded at some point, but apparently there's only one hotel now in the this nearby town, and the reviews on that, the one that's still open, are poor, and says it's overpriced. So I will see if I've got a signal tonight when I get to the shelter. I think I'm less than an hour away from the shelter, and then if not, we'll get it uploaded at some point. I'll just I'll keep chipping away as I can, guys. Yeah, that's really it. I did pass a ridge runner, which was interesting. He was setting up camp for the night, and then he was going to go on a short hike to document blowdowns. So we discussed that big one that I captured on the film earlier, and some of the smaller ones, but apparently part of his job is to come out here and take pictures and document so he can come up with a plan for the trail maintainers that are out here in the different sections. So yeah, that's it. I'm slowing down now that I'm not in a rush to go further today. And then like I think I already mentioned this, but it's looks like tomorrow's going to start out with another 2,000-foot climb. Basically, I think at a quick glance, it was another 2 mile, 2,000 foot. I have no idea what the heck's up with this 2,002 miles section crap. Seems to be repetitive. I did talk to a local guy. I think he was talking about after that climb, it's pretty much walking across a ridgeline. So some small up and downs, but it was, he said it was very rewarding. So we'll see at some point tonight. Hopefully I'll be able to take a closer look at what tomorrow holds. Okay, I'm gonna get off here and go down trail so we can get to a camp for the night. We'll talk to you guys later. Out. I think we're gonna cross the bridge maybe. Nice campsites. I don't know if that's rumblings of thunder I'm starting to hear. Or a plane. Yeah, I don't think it's a plane. Interesting. I don't think the weather this morning didn't show anything. I had like some 20% sometime over the weekend, but nothing today. Oh well. So it looks like we're here. I can go this way. I don't have to duplicate it in the morning. I think there's a couple of tent sites down here. Be interesting to see how bad the bugs are. It's a creek right here. So much here.